Joe, good to see you. How are you?
Alex, amazing. How are you, dude? It's been a
Good.
while.
It's been so long. It's been too long, which is why we're doing this.
I know. I had to like beg and plead to get on this. I've been waiting and waiting for my invite, and it took me literally commenting. You said, "Here's the next couple episodes," and I said, "Alex, I'm number 17, and here we are."
Here we
This is
are.
how it
This is
goes.
it.
You got to
Well,
beg,
listen,
butter, and plead to get on this show.
you know what? All it took was one request, to be honest.
That's true. That's true. Oh, this one.
We would have gotten to you. You're such a busy man. You're building a brand new business, which we're going to be talking about here in a minute.
Yeah.
But first, let me say the patented words of welcome to Bourbon and BS. And it starts with, what are you drinking? What's in the glass?
Okay. So, you may or may not have known this already, but I'm not a drinker. And so this was maybe a big concern for me coming on. It was a bit of a hesitation. I'm like, dude, I don't drink. How am I going to do bourbon? So I did a little Google search. I was like searching around. I'm like, what's non-alcoholic bourbon? There really isn't anything. I learned a lot about what bourbon is. I even went to Bevmo and asked the people. I'm like, hey, non-alcoholic, bourbon. They're like, that's not a
It's called
thing.
iced tea.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Right.
Yeah.
So I spent 3 years before moving back to California. I spent 3 years living in the great state of Utah,
Yes.
and they have this wonderful drink there, and it's called the Dirty Diet Coke. And so I thought I would make my own. And so what this is, I actually
Yes.
have regular Coke because
Yeah, I would,
regular.
I would,
So
I would say regular Coke over Diet Coke all day.
so yeah, I did the Mexican Coke though because
Beautiful.
obviously, right?
Yeah.
And then you throw a little bit of this coconut cream in there, and then a twist of lime, and then you've got this most delicious concoction known to man. So
Listen,
that's
cheers
what we
to
got.
you, man. Look at that. I got
What do
so
you
what
have?
I have is a first for our show. It's Glen Morange. It's an amazing drink, and I haven't had it on. A buddy of mine brought it over. They spent the weekend with us. We haven't seen him in a long time, and we got together, and that was his gift for me. And I said, you know what, we're gonna drink it today for a special occasion. As you guys can see, we're outside, so it's already special. Joe, leave it to Joe to twist things up and to make it a special experience, because he is in beautiful California. I am in very nice Maryland,
Very nice.
and
Believe
we
it,
may be
change
having
lives. It's
well, we
beautiful.
may be having the last nice day here. Like, this is truly a remarkable thing, and I was asking why. Now I know why. Joe ordered this day for himself, so that he can have the most special experience.
Of course, that's nothing but the best for us,
That's
Alex.
right. That's right. So listen, Joe, you spent 3 years in Utah. Cheers. That's right. You spent 3 years in Utah,
Yeah.
and did you just say you just came back to California? So you were in California before?
Yeah, so born and raised in California, and did my time in Utah. It was amazing. Those couple years at Simple Nexus and a little plus after that, and loved that. Loved the people there. Loved the skiing. Loved their sodas, and but
Sodas. Hold on. You can't just skip over that. Most people don't know what that means. What do you mean you love their sodas?
the sodas. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I just referenced. They
Oh,
have,
that
oh
drink right there. I got it.
yes, the
Okay.
soda. But let me tell you, so Utahns, a lot of people there don't drink coffee or tea or alcohol, right? And they still need their vices, though. Everyone needs a vice, something to go to. And
Yeah.
instead of bringing a large coffee from Starbucks, a lot of people just go and grab a giant soda and bring that into the office. So a lot of these guys would come in with like a 40-ounce soda
Oh
first
my
thing in the
goodness.
morning. I'm not a soda guy first thing in the morning, but definitely in the afternoon. But they have on every corner, instead of a Starbucks, there's a Sodalicious, a Swig, a Fizz. They have these little soda shops everywhere, little drive-through soda shops for all the soccer moms and pre-workers to get their dirty Diet Cokes.
Joe, okay, why do I feel like we are letting people in on a special secret that nobody else knows about?
It's
How
it,
have I never heard about this?
well, have you spent any time there?
Only I was in Utah for one day.
Okay, that's the problem. If you spend any great amount of time there, you'll see it very quickly. They're literally everywhere. And Utah, honestly, it is a hidden gem. Most people, you think mountains, you think a mountain vacation. Everyone thinks, oh, Colorado, right? We're gonna go
Yes.
to Colorado, which is where I went to school. Met my wife. My wife is from there. Love Colorado, but Utah, I tell you, it's so much quicker to get to the mountains. You land at the Salt Lake International Airport. You can be up in Park City on the slopes in like 45 minutes. The mountains are so much closer. The people are great. It's less expensive. There's just a lot of great outdoor activities there. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, listen, I've heard such amazing things about Utah in general. It's just everyone says it's like the hidden gem. Plus, everyone thinks Colorado has the best skiing in the country, but that's not true.
I would say no, honestly. And it's a scientific fact.
Yes, tell everyone this.
Yes,
Tell them.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I heard. Yeah.
So this is okay. So what makes good snow is the water content. Okay.
Yes.
So because of the Great Salt Lake, which is the largest largest body of water, salt body of water inland, I guess. I don't know.
We'll
Kinda-
just say that's true.
We'll say it's great. It sounds great, right? Anyway, what does that do? When there's a storm coming out, the salt dries up the water content. So when it snows, the snow in Utah has the lightest powder in the country, and if not all of North America, because of the Salt Lake. So that's what gets that real crystally white, soft powder snow. Versus Colorado, it's just not as great. So
Listen, I will actually defend that statement because I heard this from an Olympic skier that I met on a plane. I forget where we were going. It was going west.
yeah,
And he told me exactly that. We started talking about skiing. I said how much I want to get out to Colorado, and he's like, "You really want to go to Utah?"
yeah.
I was like, "No, but isn't Colorado like the greatest?" And he's like, it's a scientific fact. And he hit me with that. I was like, yes, Joe knows it. It's awesome.
That's what
And
when you go get your driver's license there, they give you a packet of information about how you need to promote Utah, and it is with the skiing. It's just
how do you need to promote Utah? That's so funny. So they turn everyone into a telemarketer when you get to when you live in Utah, you must invite at least 2 people. Here's what you say. It's like a multi-level marketing. Utah.
Well, and that is, and actually Utah is pretty much ground zero for all MLMs as well. There are just a ton of them are based there. It's crazy. So
that's interesting. Hey, listen, there might be a reason for that. You just said they literally give you promotional products when you're going to get your license. They're breeding you there.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, so check this out. You have, I believe, we're changing gears. I believe you have 3 kids?
4. I have 4
kids.
Children. Yes.
4 beautiful children.
4 beautiful.
And they range. I know one of them is pretty young.
Yeah. So my oldest is 12, Chelsea.
Yeah.
So she's in 7th grade. She's about to turn 13. And then I've got 3 boys underneath her. So Eli's 10, Tom is 8, and Max, our baby, is 4.
Okay.
So,
I remember you and I talked about Max. I remember you and I talked about adding a boy. I even think we had. I feel like
it might have been before he was even born. We go way back.
Yes. So here's my question though.
Yeah.
Are they, like, since you've moved back to California, you're talking about a big difference in experiences of weather and people and in general. Are any of the kids saying, "Dad, we got to go back"?
Oh, none of them are saying that anymore. I think my daughter, for the first 6 to 8 months after we were here, was like, missing her friends. Cause like when you get to that kind of almost teen, the pre-teen age, and you've got like a tight group of friends that, you miss your friends. But dude, it's honestly, I gotta say, it's not a rough life here. And the kids, they enjoy it because we go to the beach, they're on swim team year round. They swim in our pool. It's warm all year. They've got like the best life, and the schools are right down the street. Like it's a nice setup, and they've adjusted exceedingly well. So no one's saying that. Everyone loves it here. We're never leaving again. So
yeah. So yeah, it's hard to leave a place. Let me tell you a story. My first time in San Diego, I was 20 or 21 years old. We went to visit a buddy of mine that was in the Navy, and we flew in. And this story is like true, 100%. Nothing is being made up. Walk in his house, okay, and on the TV is the news, and the weather was on literally while we were dragging the bags in. And I remember seeing it, and it showed the 7-day forecast.
Yeah.
70 degrees and sunny. Okay. 7 days we spent there. We're packing our bags. He's got the news on again. We're leaving the next 7 days. 70 and sunny. Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what is going on here? Is this a joke? Is this Like, are we in some kind of bubble? Is this a set that they just keep at 70 and sunny all the
Like
time?
the Truman
Like
Show, right?
the Truman Show.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You're living in a Truman Show. I mean, look, what is it? What is it now?
It's it was like 75, I think. It got a little warmer today. It was like 77, I think.
Yeah.
It has, I will say though, it's been a very hot summer. We spent a little, some time in the 90s. So it
Oh
was
yeah.
yeah.
That's new, isn't that? That's not usual.
Typically it'll happen here every summer. It'll get, there's a couple warm days here and there, but it was a little warmer. But most days, dude, and honestly, like year round, it's like high 60s, low 70s, just kind of nice,
I'm
easy
just
breeze.
surprised that there's even room to build other homes. Like everyone, like I would love to live there. Like me and my wife talk about it all the time. So we may be neighbors of yours sooner or later.
I would love nothing more than that.
Right there, that house right behind you.
Yeah.
So, talking about kids, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What is your preference on gummy candy, sour or regular?
That's a really good question. 100% regular. Like I do not like the sour candies, Alex.
Really?
There is too much going on. I just don't enjoy the flavor. What about you?
If I have a choice, I go sour.
Really? So what is it
Exactly
about
for the opposite reason. Like I want the
I
extra
don't
kick.
understand that. It just does not compute with me. Like it's just like it burns the tongue. It's like you're not enjoying all the flavor. If I'm gonna have some candy, you try to eat healthy during the week. You try to do the right thing. It's like if I'm gonna spend those calories on something, it's not going to be something that for any bit of time is going to be unenjoyable. And so
Interesting.
when you're saying the opposite, you're like, oh yeah, I love to like not like
Not feel my mouth for the next
yeah.
30 minutes after I finish eating it. Yes, there is something about the anticipation of eating a sour candy that may be even more enjoyable than eating it itself. The sheer, watering of the mouth, knowing you're about to eat it, and it's going to be sour. Look, my mouth is watering talking about it. I'm sure anyone that's watching this, I guarantee you, if you're a sour candy eater, your mouth is watering right now.
Then
And so,
are you an adrenaline junkie then too?
that's a good question. Yes, I do enjoy some real experiences. Like if it's gonna be a rush or an experience, yes, I'm into it. Have I done skydiving? No, but I want to. But I was into extreme sports. I'm all inked up, so I do like the feeling of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do enjoy that stuff. I was into mixed martial arts for a long time, so I guess I do not as much as like a few friends of mine that will go and do BMX or do some dirt bikes and jump 50 feet in the air and do a flip and
No.
not that
No.
and not Evil Knievel stuff.
No,
Yeah,
well,
but
you can't do that anymore either. Like, I mean, you got the kids. We're
yeah,
talking about my family, but like, you have a couple kids too, right?
I do. I have two.
How many do you have?
I have half the amount that you have.
You got two. Okay,
50%.
50%.
Yeah,
Hey,
just a boy, girl, eight, and she's about to be 6 in November, so 8 and 6.
8 and 6. Okay, all right. So we're kind of in that same boat there. Those 8-year-olds, they're fun. That's a fun bunch.
Let, let
But
me let me throw this at you, Joe.
yeah,
And then I'll get back to where you were going. I want to ask you another question. This is kid related, but it's adult related. And
okay,
this is actually what my kids came up with and said you have to ask people this question. So my kids love four wheelers, and
yes.
so but our neighbors all love dirt bikes. And so where do you sit? Like you were just in Utah, which I'd imagine was all kinds of fun places to do these things. Are you a
Yeah.
dirt bike or a four wheeler kind of
You
person?
know, I'm a four-wheeler kind of guy. I enjoy the four-wheelers. Motorcycle dirt bikes take a little more, like you have to be paying more attention to what's going on, right? You have to be more vigilant of what's happening. And while they're really fun and yet definitely more adrenaline,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm just like too ADD, but like the four-wheelers, like you got a couple more seconds to react to things, but also like to enjoy like what you're seeing and everything like that. And so I love four-wheelers. I'm actually kind of shocked to hear that you guys like do that in Maryland. I didn't think that was like an East Coast thing.
You know what? It's so interesting that you say that. So I have always, as a kid, I've always wanted a four wheeler, like
Mhm.
just growing up, and I never got one. And so when as I turned like I think 7, our neighbors had four wheelers and dirt bikes, but they were riding their dirt bikes more.
Nice.
And my brother-in-law has an entire he's a farmer and he's got like thousands of acres that he farms, and on one of his farms the entire back in the woods they've turned into like just a track. It's like a
Oh,
quarter mile of,
dude,
it's all, I know, man, it's amazing. So
amazing.
here comes my son. We go to visit there, and the nephews, all the cousins, they're like, let's go riding. And Azai gets on this on the four-wheeler, and when we're done, he's like, I must have this. Like, this was the most fun I ever had. His cousin Ruby, who's about his age, she had this awesome four-wheeler, pink. It's all decked out, girl style, and he's on there with her, and they're flying, like having a blast.
Yeah.
And I could see this pure joy. And so for his eighth birthday, we bought him a four-wheeler, and he's on it, like, to the point, he's been on it to the point that he popped the tire within 2 months because he rode it so much it
Yeah.
wore out and popped it.
No
Like, he could
way.
not get off of it. Is there more joy than to see your kids having a blast like that?
That is the ultimate joy in life, is seeing your kids happy. So that's
As a
so
matter
fun.
of fact, I'm going to show you something.
Yeah,
See
let's
if I
see
can
it, dude.
see if I can show you this. So if you see, there's an old, I don't know if you can see it. So the swing set
Swing set.
on the one side right here, you see,
Uh-huh.
like, the grass is out.
Yeah, yeah.
If you take the four-wheeler and that's what he
Just
does.
kinda
And so
hop around there.
completely wore out the grass in a half circle there. That would be his drifting. That would be his drifting thing.
That's great.
And so the entire yard has little tire marks in it. But you know what? What else? What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, he loves it. So
That's
it's
cool. Now,
it's a blast.
how far away is the farm? Is it close enough that you get to go there often, or?
You know what? It's 40 minutes away. We're there. So they were just there for the one of the cousins' birthdays. They didn't go to the farm itself, but it's the house, and like, and maybe, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile. Like, you can
Mhm.
almost see it, is the farm.
Sweet.
And so yeah, they'll come over there. So yeah, they're there all the time. Whenever they get a chance, they go over there, and they're riding, and then they're playing with the cows, and they're playing with the sheep, and they're playing with the goats, and they're doing their thing. Now, if I asked them to help on the farm and everything, because I told my brother-in-law, I'm like, listen, they're coming over here having a blast riding. You got to put them to work. Like let them see
Absolutely.
what farm life is like. They're not having any of that.
They're not doing it.
His children love it. His children love the farm, love to do everything there is on the farm. I guess you have to grow up with it. Otherwise, it seems like it's a real complicated kind of hands-on, get your hands dirty experience. And my kids are like, let's ride some four-wheelers and pet the cows. But other than that, we're done.
That's never been my thing. Growing up in California and everything, we just don't have that. You don't have those experiences on the farm. And I remember being in college and meeting a bunch of kids who grew up on farms and things like that. It's like, that just sounded like, to me, like the coolest life, right? You're waking up early, you're doing some chores, but then you're like out in the middle of like this area, just communing with the animals and stuff, and like nature. It sounds great, honestly.
Yeah, listen, I'm a huge fan of it in general. First of all, a huge fan of animals as a whole. Do you have any pets?
We have one dog.
One
You?
dog?
Yeah.
We had a cat. She
Mm.
was 17. She just recently passed. 17. So she had a good life. Nothing wrong with that. And the kids, of course, miss her and want a cat as soon as possible. We're
Yeah.
giving it a little bit of time, and
Yeah.
then we'll get a pet. But I'm a huge just fan of animals as a whole. And so farm animals for us, there's a cool place actually in California called Gentle Barn. You ever heard of it?
Gentle Barn?
Gentle Barn.
No, never heard
Look
of
it up.
Okay.
Grab the family and go check it out. It is
Where is it?
beautiful. It's a nonprofit.
Uh-huh.
Me and my wife went there probably, man, 6-7 years ago.
Nice.
So it's it's a barn. It's a farm.
Makes
But
sense.
every single farm animal, lives their entire life out.
Huh.
It is their retirement home. That's how she says it. It
Okay.
is
All right.
so beautiful.
So
You
it's
should
kind
go
of like a
check it out.
rescue, or how do they find these animals? Is that
Rescue. Yeah, a bunch of rescue. So like, they'll be on the phone with people who have horses, like even racing horses or regular horses. And if a racing horse isn't performing, you know what happens. It's a sad thing. They're like, nope, we'll take them, we'll board them, we'll do our thing, and everything is on donation there. But
okay?
it's constantly growing. They're getting more and more, and it's like and they just opened, from what I heard, they just opened something on the East Coast. We got to check it out. We just
Wow.
recently heard,
Okay.
because we would donate to them all the time. But my point is, that's something your kids would love. Like, every
Oh,
animal is
100%.
there to pet every single farm animal you can imagine. And then they get the strange animals being brought to them. There was an emu there.
Oh, an emu.
Okay.
Okay,
An
sweet.
emu running around. So we got to, it's fantastic. And so,
Love it.
um, in California, like you said, it's not a lot of farms, but there's that one that you should go check out. I'm guessing in California, where you grow up, you were mostly on the beach. Then
I grew up in the Bay Area, kind of close to San Francisco, and the beaches there are super cold. It's not really swimming weather. And we were about an hour and a half. Now, like where we are in Southern California in Orange County, I'm like 10 minutes to the beach. So we're always at the beach now, but growing up, no, dude, it was just your normal suburb living. We didn't really.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So did you, being in the Bay Area, is this what brought you into technology? Like, being around the greatest tech in the world? Like, what in the world happened to make
Totally.
you who you are?
Yeah, dude, that's exactly it, man. I mean, you just kind of, when you grow up in Silicon Valley, that's just what happens to you. And my dad was in tech. He was always in software and is entrepreneur minded, and always kind of told me, you gotta, what to do, right? He's like,
Yeah.
I remember like when I was a freshman in college and coming home from my first year at University of Colorado, I was like, dude, I don't know what to do for work. I don't know. I'll just like go work at Taco Bell or something. I had no idea what to do. He goes, Joe, that's like so dumb. Like, figure out what you want to do, and like let's figure it out. And I was really interested in real estate and technology and marketing. I was getting my degree in marketing, and I've always just loved real estate for some reason. And I was like, yeah, well, I kind of do real estate marketing, whatever. He goes, okay, well, like, go find whatever company you want to work for. And so I'm like, well, I looked online, and like Google wasn't even really a thing yet. It was, but so there were, people weren't like really posting jobs online and everything. But he's like, I was like, I looked in the ad, the newspaper, there was nothing. And, my dad taught me a really great lesson then, which was like, whatever it is that you want, go out there and get it. Don't wait for someone to post a job ad or like do it for you. No one's going to do anything for you. You have to go out there and get it. And that was like his mentality in life always, is just like, make it happen for yourself. And so that, combined with the technology, that's just kind of how I was raised, and I don't know why I'm crazy making my own company, I guess.
Hey, so check this out. We're going to jump into your company thing in just a second. So what was the first tech job that you had?
Yeah, the very first one. Okay, so I graduated college, my degree in marketing, advertising, PR. Those were kind of like the big things. And I was like convinced I was going to do some advertising, and that was just like my passion at the time. I was going to do something. I was going to be a big ad executive. Like, that was the thing. And this was
Mad Men. I mean, that's what you watch Mad Men, and that's all you want to do.
Yeah, this is pre-Mad Men, but yeah, it was
Okay.
like totally right. I mean, just it sounded like fun, and like my professors got me all jazzed up about that. But early 2000s wasn't the biggest job market for advertising or marketing or anything. It was right before the Great Recession.
Yeah.
And so not a good time to graduate.
Tech.
But
yeah.
dude, I had a buddy that graduated a year ahead of me that got into mortgage. And I was like, dude, Joe, you got to figure this out. Like, I made a ton of money last year. Like, come check this out. And that's like history of how I got in the mortgage business. So I did mortgages for a couple years, and then I switched over to the tech side because I had always loved technology, and we talked about background and everything. So I ended up working at MortgageBot, which was at the time the kind of pioneer in the online 1003 and everything like that. And it was
remind me, who are I just MortgageBot, the founder,
Scott Happ.
Yes, Scott.
So now he's Optimal Blue CEO. Him and Sue Baker. And
yeah.
Like,
shout out there.
Honestly, they're in Milwaukee, and they're like, literally, that was the coolest company, dude, at the time. And they got bought by D&H, who's now Finastra, and like something else now. But it was such a great breaking into technology, utilizing the mortgage background, and from then, I mean, that was like 2009, 2010, and I mean, what's happened in the past 10 years with mortgage technology, mortgage and real estate, it's completely different. I mean, it's like almost non-existent in 2010. And you think about what's happened in the last 10 years, it's incredible. The amount of innovation and interest, really. And that's really what's driving us, the actual interest from those who are actually practicing in
Yes.
real estate that want to use technology now. Because for the longest time, they're like, nah, it's not for us, it's for everybody else. But
Yeah.
the interest and the excitement, the eye of business owners is all on technology now. So it's
Well,
been a wild ride.
so it sounds like it's been a wild ride. It's because it's crazy because you go to college and you get your degree in marketing and advertising, and then you go into the mortgage space, and now I love the full circle.
Yes.
You crush it in mortgage. You then go to a mortgage tech firm,
Oh.
crush it there, and now you're launching your own thing. Is this your first company that you're launching? Is this first
Yeah,
ever?
this is my first from start company that I'm doing. So, my last one was Simple Nexus, and that was an early owner in there, but they had been around for about a year before. So, this is
Yes,
my
yes.
first
So
like
you were an early
baby
founder.
that I'm
Yes,
building. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
So it's
You
super
gave
super
birth
fun.
to this one.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And so this so now with this, tell me real quick. First of all,
Yeah.
like when you decided to do this, and you're a social, so everyone knows this. This is why I'm excited to have this conversation. Um, Everyone knows your impact on the social space, and you know when you left Simple Nexus, and then you went to, I think it was Listings Plus. Is that what it was?
List reports. Yeah.
Or List Reports, yeah. And like, we're at conferences, and we don't see Joe's face. Like literally something was, it was like a big puzzle piece, a big puzzle, but a piece was missing.
Yeah.
And now I feel like you're back. Like, are you staying in the mortgage related space? Or are you going to hit the world with any industry that wants to tap in?
Yeah, well, we're staying in mortgage right now, dude. I think the sky's the limit, and we've been approached by a couple different industries who are interested in the technology we have, because it really does transcend mortgage and real estate. But this is like the industry that gave me birth, right? Like this is the whole place that I love and appreciate, and has done so much for me personally. I feel like it's like time to give back a little bit, but
Yeah.
it makes so much sense for mortgage and real estate practitioners who need to grow their business on social to have some focus on it and have some technology to help them with it. And that's
Yes.
why we're doing what we are.
Dude, I'm so excited to see what you're doing and how you're going to do it. Really, it's
Yeah.
going to be the bomb. Let me jump into some interesting questions for you.
Yeah.
So I must ask this question. This is a staple for us here at Bourbon MBS, and it's a food related question. You probably know it if you watched any episodes.
Of
Um,
course.
we got to go there. Pineapples on pizza. I got to know.
100%. I love pineapples on pizza.
Yes,
It's the best.
we're
Like, why?
winning them over. We're winning them over, Joe.
Here's the thing: is I don't understand why there's so much hatred about it. Like, why the hate on pineapple on pizza?
I
Like,
don't know.
it's not. Why is this so offensive to you? I don't get that. It's delicious to the taste,
Yeah,
and like, it's great. There's a perfect mesh between the pineapple, the like marinara sauce. Like, it's great. It's awesome.
it's
And
amazing.
yeah,
It's amazing that sometimes I'll speak to people, and I'm like, I have an idea about what they're gonna say, and they shock me by either saying yes or no. I'll be like, oh, this person's definitely not going for it, and they're like, yeah, I love it. It's all I do, and I'm like, oh, really? And then like with you, I thought you would. I'm like, yeah, I think Joe
some
is
pineapple.
on the side of yes, because he likes good flavors. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say it that way.
You got
Um,
it.
so when it comes to food at the house,
Hmm?
are you guys more on the order outside or on cook at home?
Oof, dude, it varies from week to week. Depends on how busy we are. I think with COVID, we really reeled in the order out stuff because we just had less going on. With 4 kids and all the activities, sometimes it's just like the week gets crazy. So we do a lot of takeout. But since like things have like calmed down so much and there's like not a lot going on, we have a lot more time to just like make good meals at home. But yeah, how about you guys?
Good question. We do a ton of at home cooking because we use Home Chef. Big plug for Home Chef.
Great.
And we had our situation is the following. I love cooking. Like, honestly, in another life, I would have been a chef. Straight up. I
I
love
can
it.
totally see that, by the way. 100% got the chef aura.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I would love it. Just the artistry, the creativity, the limitless options and creation. That's all I ever wanted in my life. Just just remove all the barriers. Let me do and that's what cooking is. So I love it. However, I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? This is going into my 7th, 8th company now. And I'm always building something. So the time to just stop and cook was not there. So Home Chef made that possible. Like, for instance, when we hang up here, I'm going to go and prepare Home Chef. Me and my wife, I'm already drinking. So she's going to pour herself a glass of wine, maybe if she wants to. And we'll probably make a meal and we'll go to work on it. Now, here's what's funny. The kids don't eat any of the meals we prepare. It's crazy, right? So they will have their normal pasta or hamburger or hot,
Totally. Yeah.
I'm guessing your 12-year-old is a little bit more adventurous now.
She eats a lot of what the adult food.
Right. She'll try everything, right?
She'll try everything. But the boys, dude, especially my 4-year-old, I think my 4-year-old lives, like, literally subsides on yogurt and goldfish. Anything else beyond that is like he just gets so mad. But that's about it. Subsists on yogurt and goldfish.
Yeah, see, I'm looking forward to the day where the kids are adventurous and going, okay, I'll try that beef stroganoff or whatever. Like, but no, right now they're like, no, it's not happening. You know what they love? And tell me if this happens at your house. Brinner. They want us to make pancakes or waffles or eggs for dinner. Like, that's
most asked for dinner in our house.
Really?
Too.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's not
German
an unusual.
pancakes, though. That's our thing. German pancakes.
What does that even mean? I don't know what German.
You don't know what German pancake is?
Oh my gosh, I learned so much from you, Joe.
I thought you were a chef.
A chef. I know. I just got my card pulled.
All right. First, I'm going to tell you 2 things. One, I'm going to tell you what German pancake is, and 2, I'm going to give you a website of this food blogger that we've literally been following for like 10 plus years, and she makes us look like superstars because she's got everything we've ever made from her blog has been incredible. Okay. So German pancakes it's like, they're also known as like Dutch baby. Maybe you've heard of it be called that.
I've heard of a Dutch baby, yes.
Like a baked pancake kind of thing. So you cook it in like a square, I don't know what those are called, like a casserole dish.
Yep.
And it's like eggs, a little bit of flour, butter, and like milk. And you like mix it all together in a blender, and then you just pour it in there, and it like bakes up, it like puffs up, gets some like big bubbles, and it's like you just cut it like a cake. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm so doing this. It's happening this weekend.
You should do it. Okay, so that was number 1. Number 2 is so here's the blog, melskitchencafe.com.
And we're gonna put a link in here for that for anyone that's interested. Seriously, say it again,
melskitchencafe.com. Like, I tell you, like, literally everything on there has been incredible. But she's got a great German pancake recipe. Also has what we make along with it is our own actually syrup for it. And so she's got a recipe to make like homemade syrup. And it's amazing.
My gosh,
it's gonna change your life.
That's gonna be the title of this whole thing. That's gonna be the title of this whole thing. Homemade. So German pancakes and homemade syrup.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the title.
Okay, but before we get off food, I need to know, because this is a burning question I have. Is so you're a wannabe chef.
Yes.
Maybe you have. I don't know. Is this ever one of your companies before? Have you ever made?
Not yet. There, I owned nightclubs, but I'd never owned a restaurant.
Okay. Did the nightclub ever have a food aspect to it?
We did do this thing a couple times where we had a local restaurant deliver certain catering to us that was really close to us for like early comers. Like, people would come in and want to have like meetings there before the nightclub opened. Okay. But we never served there.
All right. Okay. So that's aside. But what is your signature dish then? Like, what is the Alex dish?
Oh, Joe, now you're talking to my heart, Joe. So okay, very early on. So I make a lot of good things. However, very early on, I realized how much I like the Asian culture, and so I make the most bomb. It is called the bomb fried rice. Okay.
Okay. Tell me more.
Oh my goodness!
I'm vibing with this.
It's so good. So it's about getting all the ingredients just perfect. So you take a couple eggs and you start with that. Okay. You crack the eggs, you throw them in a wok, right? You don't do this on a skillet. It's a wok. Okay. Anyone that's listening, if you're not using a wok, shame on you. Get a wok. You get a wok. Okay. You cook the eggs real quick. You don't even let them fully finish, and you push them to the side. Then you throw onions in. You let the onions just get a little bit of brown, just a little caramelization, not much. And you push them with the eggs. Okay. You take garlic, crush it up, throw it on. It's literally like 15 seconds. Push
Okay.
it to the side, right with the rest of it. Okay. Then you've already cooked your rice. All right. Now you
Yeah.
have a choice. Do you want to throw shrimp on? Right? Do you want to
Oh,
do steak? Do you want to do chicken? It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Pineapples. Hello. Have you ever had pineapple fried rice?
of course. Yes.
Dude,
It's the best.
it is the cousin of the pineapple pizza. Come on, man. It's like it's Italian meet Chinese. Let's go, baby. Um, so and then here's so you choose whatever you want. You throw it in there just a little bit. You throw the rice in. You start to mix it all together, and the soy sauce. This is the tricky part. People mess up the soy sauce. People either put too much or too little.
Mhm.
And what you do is you throw a little bit on, and because it's a wok, it all goes down.
Right.
Doesn't go everywhere. See, this is the trick. People don't know this. The beauty of the wok is that everything, all the flavors go down to the bottom. And so you put a little bit of soy sauce in, you turn it, you watch, you take a spoon, and you taste.
Mm.
That's the trick. Okay.
Mhm.
Put a little bit more if it's not enough. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Put a spoon in, you taste. And if it's just right, here's what happens. You keep the burner on for just a little bit more, then you turn off the burner. And then here's what I do. Everyone laughs at this, but when they taste it, they're like, that made a difference. So it's all the burner's off, it's all sitting in the wok, and I pack with a spatula. I
Oh,
pack it all tightly together and let it sit there and let all the flavors permeate through the entire thing. All the garlic, and I sometimes even add fresh garlic on top and
oh,
mix it in, right?
like
So
it.
that there's a little bit more of a garlicky taste with the soy sauce. Joe,
Mhm.
it's the best. That's all I
Sounds
got to say.
incredible.
Like
Honestly, like
as much as we make, Joe, it never makes it past the first night. We never have leftovers. We try. It never. I make a lot, and no matter what, we're picking at it through the night. And the next thing you know, it's gone.
honestly, that
It's
sounds incredible. I'm gonna have to try that. So
well, listen,
you make the German pancakes. I'm making fried rice tonight.
you know, dude. No, I'm
Maybe
listen,
tonight. No, maybe not tonight because it sounds like you already got something going on.
yes.
But
I'm gonna
within the
this
next 10
weekend.
days.
I'm making German pancakes this weekend for sure. Like it's done. Like you've already done it. And what we'll do for a follow up when we post this and we make the German pancakes, I will in the comments post a picture of the German pancakes. If you remember, post a picture of whatever fried rice you make,
The fried rice.
and we'll have some fun. We'll have
I,
some fun.
I can't
Listen,
wait.
Joe, I'm gonna give you my last question. This is how we end every conversation. I've had a blast. Honestly, I miss you, man. We don't get to spend enough time together. I love seeing all the things you're doing. I love Sucha that you're working with and Raquel that you guys are talking to, right?
Yep.
You guys are doing all kinds of fun stuff. And I love the group that you're putting together. It's super awesome. So glad you got on here. And here's the final question. This is how we end all of them. Joe, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
What do we do for the rest of the day? Well, seeing as it's only 2:45 here, this is part of the reason why I can't drink is because it's too early in California. No,
Yes.
that's not the reason. But rest of the day, dude, I gotta get back to work. I got like clients to take care of. I got websites to build. I've got social media to post on. So that's the rest of the work day, and that'll take a couple more hours. But then let's see, what does the end of the day look like? I think hang with kids. We'll probably hop in this pool here in a little bit.
Nice,
After
man.
dinner, we'll have some dinner. We're gonna pop in the pool, relax for a little bit, and like I am an early to bed kind of guy, which is the opposite of you because I did not do the nightclub life, but
Yes.
it's early to bed, early to rise. So 9:30
Yeah. Makes a
around.
man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I like it.
I'm like a pumpkin at 9 o'clock. So
Get out of here. Not 9. What time do you really fall asleep?
I don't fall asleep at 9. No, at 9 o'clock I like want to be asleep.
Okay. And
But it's usually 9:30,
what
10.
9:30, 10. You're so like if I called you at 10:30, you're sleeping.
Oh, dead, 100%. Like my phone does not ring past 10 because it's just not going to happen.
And then what time are you waking up? When is your
I'm okay. My alarm is for 5:20, but I'm always up at like my body wakes up at like 4:50 every day.
just straight up? You're just
Straight up like I'm awake. It's horrible.
Your wife, same thing?
No. Oh gosh, no. Not at all. No. She's
She's sleeping.
she could sleep into like 10 a.m. if she wanted to.
Oh, your wife and my wife would be best friends.
But yeah, I'm sure actually.
She loves that. She's like, I need my rest.
Yes.
It's
And
the cutest
honestly,
thing.
like our wives do, man. And I don't know how it is in your family, but with me, she honestly bears the brunt of the child rearing, and there's
Yes.
4 of them, and like God bless her because it's a lot of work. So,
Absolutely, man. Listen, let's have a drink for our wives. They
all
deserve
right.
it. This is the great way to end it. This is to you, our wives. We love you. Thank
Yes.
you for allowing us to do this. And to be honest with you, just being who they are, right? It's just
Yeah,
a beautiful
amazing.
thing, man. So to our
Absolutely.
wives,
Cheers.
to all women out there, it's you guys do some
Yeah.
amazing things. And so, Joe, love you, man. So glad you jumped on here. And we got to catch up on a personal level, but I'm so glad we got to share this personal time together with everyone. And, a little bourbon and a little BS.
There you go. Thanks, man.